Well, good evening. Welcome to the DBS Sports. I am Kenson Casimir. West Indies and Sri Lanka played in a very controversial encounter right here in St. Lucia. We'll get to that a little bit later on. But first, a group of well-wishers have organized a pre-carnival event aimed at providing financial assistance to the young ladies in the Soufrière and the Canaries community, scheduled to participate in the regional schools netball tournament in Jamaica. St. Lucia will be represented by Biku and Soufrière Comprehensive Secondary Schools. The pre-carnival fete, dubbed the Rev Up, will take place at Club Whispers in Soufrière on Wednesday, 20th June 2018. Local soca artists, including Kuya, Ezra the Fun Machine, Shemi J, and J Buds, will be performing at the event. Perhaps even more exciting is the addition of a Dennery segment to this fundraiser. Regional icons Freezy, Black Boy, and Messi round up a power-packed cast for this worthwhile event. Well, admission is a steal, only $15, and the event gets underway at 8 p.m. Wow. Well, in football, the St. Lucia Sports Online sponsored Moshi FC continues to dominate the 2018 Grosley Football League's promotional tournament. The team, featuring individuals mainly from the Grosley town, defeated Raidri FC 8-0 on Sunday afternoon. In the match played at the Corinth playing field, prolific striker Troy Greenwich was on the score sheet yet again. Black Hat's Golden Boot winner registered a hat-trick, as 3 goals in this encounter, as he solidified his position as the tournament's top goal scorer. Also on the score sheet for Moshi FC was Raphael Lagen. The skillful midfielder now has 3 goals in the tournament after registering a brace, that's 2 goals in this matchup. Talented attacking players Nictus Lawrence and Manoa Tiras Faisal were the other goal scorers, with an own goal taking the tally to 8-0. Now, in the earlier encounter, KFC, GMC United and Twist Dominators played to a 1-1 draw. As a result, GMC United, they will come up against SLSO Moshi FC this Sunday in the grand final. Well, the Department of Youth Development and Sports hereby informs the general public that due to the rehabilitation works being done at the Philip Massey grounds, the facility is currently closed until July 23, 2018. The Department of Youth Development and Sports apologizes for any inconvenience that works may cause. Meanwhile, the St. Lucia Amateur Swimming Association, in collaboration with the Ministry of Youth and Sport, hosted its annual inter-primary and secondary school swim meet on Friday, June 15, 2018. The primary school meet commenced at 9:30 a.m. as the secondary schools dashed into the pool at 1 p.m. at the Rodney Heights Aquatic Center. The emerging champion swimmers of the primary school's swim segment was the Montessori Primary School, placing first with 227.5 points on the score sheet. Dame Paulette Louisi Primary, they followed in second place with 245 points, and the Tapio Primary School placed third with 164 points. The secondary school Sharks emerged from the Leon Hess Comprehensive Secondary School with 323 points. St. Joseph's Convent, they took second spot, placing with 321.5 points, and St. Mary's College, they came in third with 267 points. Wow. Well, we take a break, but when we get back, a drama as West Indies and Sri Lanka clash in St. Lucia. We'll explain when we get back. Welcome back. Well, West Indies and Sri Lanka played to a draw in the second test played right here in St. Lucia. In a match played at the Darren Zami Cricket Grounds, after winning the toss and electing to bat, Sri Lanka, they were bowled out for 253 in the first innings. Shannon Gabriel, he bagged the 5 for 59, while Roach, he took 4 for 49. Chandimal, he top scored with a well-played 119 not out. In response, West Indies got to an even 300. Devon Smith top scored with 61, as Kumara, he took 4 for 86. In the second innings, Sri Lanka got to 342 all out. Mendes got to 87, while Shannon Gabriel, he took 8 for 62. Wow. As a result, Sri Lanka had a lead of 296. In pursuit of this total, Craig Braffett scored his 16th 50 as the game came to a close. For his outstanding performance with the ball, Shannon Gabriel was adjudged man of the match. Well, the match between West Indies and Sri Lanka was delayed by 2 hours on day 2 as Sri Lanka protested against being charged with altering the condition of the ball. Confusion reigned in St. Lucia on Saturday when Sri Lanka stayed off the field while umpires Alim Dar and Ian Gold, who had notified them of a ball change, waited for the tourists out in the middle under blue skies. Following a rain hit Friday, it emerged that Sri Lanka had been hit with a 5-run penalty after the umpires had reportedly reviewed footage of the second day's play. Sri Lanka Cricket, that's SLC, denied any wrongdoing by its players. Talks continued between the match referee, the Sri Lanka team and officials before Captain Dinesh Chandimal eventually walked out with his teammates, only to head back towards the pavilion before a ball had been bowled. Wow. Chandimal will face a hearing at the conclusion of the second test against West Indies after the Sri Lanka captain pleaded not guilty to ball tampering. The International Cricket Council (ICC) is likely to consider an increase in sanctions for ball tampering offences when the body meets for its annual conference later this month. The frowned-upon practice has come to the spotlight in recent months after the Australia captain Steve Smith and Cameron Bancroft were handed a heavy suspension by Cricket Australia for being found guilty of the practice during the recent series against South Africa. Well, the CWI Northern Cluster Grassroots Cricket Program continued on a Saturday, June 16th at the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds. The young cricketers, as part of their holistic development, put down their bats and enjoyed a day of Test cricket. That was day 3 in the Test match West Indies versus Sri Lanka. A big thank you to the St. Lucia National Cricket Association for providing the grassroots cricket program with the ticket for entry to the game, a press release reads. Coach Rosalind Preville, a job well done in supervising the young cricketers, and good assistance came from the wonderful parents who attended the game. Well, speaking of ball tampering, St. Lucia is about to welcome one to their shores. That's ball tamperers. David Warner has agreed to replace Darcy Short in the Caribbean Premier League as he continues to fill his schedule during a 12-month suspension. Now, Warner was banned from international and grade cricket by Cricket Australia for his role in the national team's ball tampering scandal in South Africa earlier this year. Now, the 31-year-old is still able to play other forms of the game, and he will make his return for the Winnipeg Hawks in the Global T20, that's Canada tournament, later this month. And with Short called up for the Australia A's Tour of Australia in August and September, ruling him out of the Caribbean, Warner will step in for the St. Lucia Stars. Should be interesting. Well, finally, in World Cup news, pre-tournament favourites Brazil, they failed to win their opening game of a World Cup for the first time since 1978, as Switzerland earned a valuable draw in Rostov-on-Don. The game ended 1-1. Now, defending champions Germany, they made a disastrous start to their bid to win back-to-back World Cups with a shock defeat by Mexico. Hirving Lozano's first half goal was the difference between the two sides. At that game ended 1-0. Romelu Lukaku, he scored twice as Belgium topped Panama 3-0. Sweden defeated South Korea 1-0, while England needed a late goal from Harry Kane to get a 2-1 victory over Tunisia. What a World Cup so far. Well, that's sports. Let's take a look at the weather. The DBS News continues after the break.